So, you know, 3+U, kind of a lunchtime show. We talk about that a lot over the course of the years, coming your way at 11 o'clock in the morning. So boy, did we pick it right today. We truly are a lunchtime show this time because, as you can tell, we are not in the studio. We are actually at Hickory Valley Retirement Community. Allison Darris has invited us in, and it's the lunchtime rush here.
It is a lunchtime rush here. Thank you guys so much for coming and joining us
Look
today.
at all these hungry people.
I know.
So New Year brings a lot of new changes for people, resolutions taking place. For a lot of people, it's been about staying closer to family.
Sure.
That often can mean bringing parents or grandparents back here to Chattanooga if they're not living close by, looking for places like independent living that you offer here.
Yes, and we have definitely seen, you know, we've seen a spike in that, especially around the holidays. Families go home, visit their loved ones, maybe their parents, their grandparents, and they really see that there might be a need for them to be in a senior living community, whether that's because they have some physical challenges and need some support, or maybe they're just lonely and they, you know, would really benefit from being in a community with other residents, have activities and events during the days to you know, keep them busy and entertained. And the other nice thing too about this situation is it gives our residents their independence. They have their own space, but they are closer to their family and you know, friends, whatnot, who can come and visit them. They can go and visit their, you know, their family in their homes, but that they have the support that they need, but they still maintain a lot of their independence.
The friendship part of the conversation, I think, can't be overstated. Sometimes, I mean, Chattanooga is kind of a small town place. You live here long enough, you run into people from your past all the time. So I'm sure a lot of folks come here and they get reunited with friends or neighbors they haven't seen in 40 years.
Oh, sure. I actually had an experience with that recently. We had a gentleman move into our building mid last year, and we sat him down at dinner with some table mates, and it turns out that they all went to UC college together, literally 50, 60 years ago, and they remembered each other. So we do have those moments, but we also have residents that move here from all over the country who, you know, maybe have been from Chattanooga and have lived somewhere else. Or what we've seen a lot here recently is that parents and kids, adult children from other parts of the country, adult children have moved here, and then they're moving their parents here to be closer to them.
One of the things, I mean, there are lots of ways our conversation could turn this morning. I'll talk about geographically where you're located, because you're right here, 153, kind of in between 153 and Shallowford Road on Lee Highway, which means the world is at your fingertips.
It really is. I mean, we're right at the 75-24 split. We are very centrally located to Hickson, to the East Brainerd area, Hamilton Place. We're close to North Georgia. If we've got families that are coming up to see their loved ones here in the building, we're just right. We're very centrally located in town.
And you run the gamut of age. I guess it's 55.
It's 55 is the requirement to be here, but our current residents range in ages from early 60s to over 100.
Which you see more and more people are, I think, happily very active into their 90s and up, often still driving. So you've got doctors right around the corner, easily accessible, the shopping that you talked about, but then you've got concierge services here if you don't want to do the driving.
Exactly. So we provide all of our residents with complimentary transportation to and from medical and doctor's appointments. We also do a few different outings each week where we take residents out on our bus, and that could be grocery shopping, retail shopping. This afternoon we're taking a group of residents out just to do sightseeing of Chattanooga. We're just gonna ride around and see some of the sites. And then they can always, you know, sign up for transportation if they had a personal trip. You know, maybe they want to go downtown and visit a friend and have lunch. That's something that we can accommodate as well.
That's nice. So talk about the food. It smells really good in here.
Yeah, so we provide our residents with 3 meals a day, and all served here in our dining room, which is wonderful. Sharon is our Director of Dietary Services. She's been with us for about 5 years. Had some experience in senior living, but also was a manager at a Cracker Barrel at one point in time. So she's brought all of that Southern cooking experience with her here.
I made the face because I've been thinking about Macaroni and cheese, fried chicken. How much of that's on the menu?
Exactly. So she does a really good job of A, we have variety, but B, we have more, I think, kind of traditional food that our residents are.
That's comfort food.
Exactly.
Can they though, I'm peppering you with questions,
Sure.
but if you have a dietary need, can she accommodate
Yes.
that a little bit? Low
Yes.
sugar?
Low sugar, low salt, vegetarians. So yes, any type of special dietary needs, we can work with our residents on
What
that.
are you doing right now in terms of touring? Because I know you mentioned that a lot of this is driven by adult children
Sure.
living here.
Sure.
How does that work?
So touring, a couple of different ways that you can do that. One is just call the building, ask for me, and we'll set up a time to come and tour. I'm happy to do tours anytime during the day, in the evening, on the weekends, whatever works best for prospective families. And then each month we are doing an open house. Third Thursday open house, 4 to 6 p.m. So the third Thursday of each month is just kind of like a drop-in open house for people who might want to maybe come in and check it out, but not really, have that set appointment and just kind of test the waters a little bit.
So she's told us lots of times over the years how much the friendships here exist, not just between the residents, but between the staff and those who live here. So she has grabbed 2 people living here who she wants you to have a chance to meet. I've gotten a bit of a sneak peek. They're kind of funny, I'll tell you that. So I'm going to give you the contact information for Hickory Valley. You can write that down and then stick around because we'll check in with Don Kelly and Charles Wallace when we come back. 2 different stories, but they share their love of living here at Hickory Valley. We're back in a minute.
Thanks, Julie.